Welcome back to Right Now Trending TV. Before we get started, I'd like to thank you all for reaching 300 subscribers. We are now growing more and more each day, and I kindly ask you to please subscribe again today to the channel and click the notification bell for more videos. Again, thank you everybody who's already subscribed to the channel. Louie. Recently, Louie, Teresa's darling husband, made some eyebrow-raising comments about Teresa's daughters and how they should dress. And let me tell you, it's causing quite the stir among fans and friends alike. So during a recent conversation, Louie suggested that Teresa's daughters should embrace their youth by wearing thongs and showing off their legs. Yep, you read that right. He even went as far as recommending they hit the clubs and dance the night away. Now, I don't know about you, but something about a stepdad advising his teenage stepdaughters to wear skimpy clothing and hit the clubs just doesn't sit right with me. I think Louie is socially awkward, and I think he just doesn't think before he speaks. He always puts his foot in his mouth. Now, do I think he meant anything nefarious about it? I don't think so. I really don't. I just think he's extremely socially awkward. And there's like a screw missing. I don't know what it is. But what do you guys think? Is this just Louie trying to be the cool stepdad? Or is there something more going on here? It's one thing to encourage your kids to live their best lives, but thongs and nightclubs, this seems just like a bit too much, don't you think? Now, let's talk about Teresa's reaction. Our girl T, she was visibly uncomfortable with Louie's comments, but who can blame her? As a mom, hearing someone, even your husband, suggest that your daughters should wear thongs and hit the nightclub would be unsettling, right? She even tried to talk over him, clearly aware of how bad it looked. But here is the thing. Why didn't she just shut it down immediately? Is Teresa so caught up in trying to keep the peace with Louie that she's overlooking these red flags? And I think that's part of her problem. She's always trying to, I think, micromanage him in her mind. And because she knows he's a constant F-up. She already knows this. And it's just probably wearing her down and it's making her sick every time this man opens his mouth. She's got to be feeling some type of way. And let's not forget the fans. Bravo TV fans are not shy about sharing their opinions, and they're not holding back on this one. The backlash has been swift and brutal, with many questioning Louie's judgment and Teresa's willingness to let it slide. Now, here is some of what people are saying about Louie's statement. One person wrote, "That has to be the most inappropriate thing I've ever heard a man, much less a stepfather, say about 4 young girls. That is so gross and it's very uncomfortable to watch." Somebody else wrote, "Coming from someone who has a stepfather, and I very much look at him like a father, he would have never uttered those words to me or about me. Louie should stop while he's ahead." Another wrote, "I am more concerned about Louie's perverted advice to his stepdaughters. Wear thongs and show off your legs? Really?" Another wrote, "I don't know any respectable father that will tell his daughters that. Now, Teresa can take a hike if she approves of this. Juicy Joe, he probably has something to say about this." And another wrote, "What father, stepfather, would tell their young daughters to wear a thong, a short skirt, and then show your legs off in a club?" Somebody else wrote, "Too creepy. This really crosses the line," while another chimed in, "Why is this conversation even happening? Sick, sick, sick." Someone else says, "What the F is wrong with this man? And who says this?" And the mom is so happy and thrilled, shaking my head. This man needs to never be on TV or heard of again. What do you think? Is the backlash justified, or is it all just blown out of proportion? The backlash is definitely justified in my opinion because, again, he speaks before he thinks. This man just has a problem making sane statements. That's what I'll say. Now, Louie's defense for these comments seems to be that he wants the girls to experience life fully and not miss out on their youth. But here's the question. At what point does living life to the fullest cross the line into something more inappropriate? Encouraging young girls to take risks is one thing, but advising them to wear revealing clothing and go clubbing, it feels like Louie stepping into some seriously problematic territory. Do you think Louie's just trying to be a fun stepdad, or is this a sign of something more troubling? And where does this leave Teresa? Is she caught between a rock and a hard place, trying to balance being a protective mom and a supportive wife? I mean, let's be real. Teresa has been through enough already. We all know that. Does she really need this added drama? From the looks of things, no, because she's now about 100 pounds soaking wet. She looks absolutely horrible. She needs to eat a sandwich, sit down and talk to her husband, and give him a good lashing. That's what I think. So what's next for Teresa and Louie? Will Teresa finally put her foot down and set some boundaries, or is this just the beginning of more questionable advice from Louie? And how will this impact her relationship with her daughters? That's a good question. One thing's for sure. We're all going to be watching closely to see how this unfolds. In the meantime, what's your take? Is Louie out of line, or is this just harmless fun? Should Teresa have done more to shut this down, or is she just trying to keep the peace? And the last thought I have is, what do you think Juicy Joe thinks about this? He's probably not too happy. Those are his daughters. And to hear another grown man speak like that about his daughters, it's got to be unsettling. Now let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tea on your favorite reality stars. Until next time, ciao.